safe to say there's been enough criticism and outright hate for the Star Wars prequel trilogy to last a lifetime. But put aside the plot, the characters, and the changes made to the larger Star Wars mythology. Let's look at the positive side of the prequels, like how fun it is to point out their mistakes. It's always amusing to find errors or blown takes that pop up in any blockbuster movie, and the fact that these made it into the galaxy far, far away just makes them that much more memorable. Here are Screen Rant's 10 Star Wars movie mistakes you missed. Prequel edition. An Observant Queen. Have you ever seen a movie scene so many times you can recite the lines along with the characters? Well, it happens to actors too, especially young ones who aren't used to hearing their castmates repeat themselves a million times. In The Phantom Menace, Natalie Portman apparently couldn't help herself and had to mimic her co-star Liam Neeson introducing himself to Anakin's mother as Qui-Gon Jinn.
I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
You can catch her mouthing the words right along with him. Good luck ever missing that again. The wig is strong with him. It's a reality of the movie business that reshoots are almost always needed for large-scale movies. When the actors have gone on to sport different haircuts since filming, things can get a bit hairy. Star Wars buffs can play an hour-long game of spotting Ewan McGregor's wig, which makes some unforgettable appearances. It's not hard to spot either. The wig isn't even close to the actual hairstyle the young Obi-Wan Kenobi sports throughout the rest of the movie. Double trouble. When a film includes dozens of principal actors and is filmed outside of Hollywood, directors are going to get plenty of use out of their body doubles and stand-ins. But when the Jedi Council arrives on Naboo once the Trade Federation has been defeated, it's clear that Samuel L. Jackson couldn't make an appearance as Mace Windu. Now, that's not a crime, but the crew probably should have just left him out of the scene, instead of marching his double through the frame alongside his alien colleagues. Royal fashion. The dresses and headpieces of Queen Amidala stole the show in Episode 1. One dress even includes glowing orange orbs, as if fabric wasn't enough. Don't spend too much time wondering how the effects team got the orbs to actually light up, though. Take a look at the background and you'll notice the black power cord clearly running from the stone across the floor. The effects team really should have found some time to edit that out. Watch your head. Characters knocking their heads on doors is kind of a running joke in the Star Wars series. A stormtrooper started the tradition in A New Hope, and Jango kept it alive in Attack of the Clones. But one other door mishap isn't quite as much fun. The effects team put a lot of time into creating a complicated CG door on Geonosis, but it still required the actors to duck underneath it. Anakin didn't get the memo. He passes his head right through it, ruining the effect. Saber Issues. There's no weapon in the galaxy like a lightsaber, a beam of energy that can cut through almost anything. The prop sword used by the actors? Not so much. Pay close attention to Anakin's sword-fighting skills in a Geonosian factory, and you'll catch a glimpse of actor Hayden Christensen snagging his sword on his hood and his sleeve, and struggling to remove it before the camera cuts away. The Jedi's blade isn't always such an elegant weapon. Not so special effects. George Lucas's decision to use almost no practical sets for the more extravagant buildings in the story led to some questionable effects. But one stands out above all others. When Anakin is being won over by Chancellor Palpatine, it's clear that the set they're walking through is a digital creation. But when the camera pans to the door, not only is the exit a painfully fake painting, but the image itself actually distorts and stretches. So even the best in the business have some shots they're probably not so proud of. A psychic senator? When Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme are chasing down Count Dooku during Episode 2's final act, an explosion sends the senator overboard, leaving the two Jedi to track the Sith Lord to a secret hangar. The fight that follows doesn't go their way, to say the least. But Padme has apparently been watching the fight all along with the audience, since she tells the clone troopers who come to return her to safety where they're really needed.
Gather what troops you can. We've got to get to that hangar.
A hangar in a battle that she has no actual way of knowing anything about. Was she a Jedi the whole time? Gravity. Artificial gravity in spaceships can be a tricky thing for sci-fi movies, which is why most films commit to either zero-G or simulated gravity. But in Episode 3's opening sequence, a ship is sent into freefall down towards a planet's surface. Characters are sent either sliding downward or running along a now horizontal elevator shaft, but neither of those scenarios makes any real sense. If the ship has no artificial gravity, freefall is freefall, and the characters should be weightless. Either way, the artificial gravity being turned on its side should be impossible. That's probably why these movies are considered fantasy and not science fiction. Liquid hot magma. In the hundreds of effects and CG shots in the prequel films, a lot, and we mean a lot, of small mistakes slip through. But this one is guaranteed to annoy any fan of action films and people who like volcanoes. When Anakin has been delimbed, burned, and left for dead, a shuttle from the Emperor comes to rescue what's left of him. But pay attention to its shadow. When you realize it's somehow darkening the glowing lava flowing beneath it, as if it's lit by the sun and not glowing itself, you'll get a clear idea of how much time was spent making these shots scientifically accurate.
You still have much to learn, my young apprentice.
Well, those are the most entertaining mistakes, errors, and goofs we've found in the Star Wars prequels. But are there any we missed? Let's hope J.J. Abrams will make sure he doesn't have as many in The Force Awakens. Be sure to leave your suggestions in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.